Straight to mine.
Four-wheel drive vehicles, and if any have been made in the past second-hand four-wheel drive vehicles, and why isn't it that going into, if you've got the motorbikes, why don't you have the side-by-sides of the quads, quad bikes? And also, I didn't understand how the battery of the car will run the house. I'm off-grid, and to get a generator to go onto the solar system, which is not working at the moment, you need to run, I don't know, AES or something, an automatic switch through. How would you do it with the car?
Exactly the same way as a generator. From a solar systems perspective, it looks at the battery. So in your off-grid system, there's a controller that looks at the battery and says, is there energy available? Can I pull that out? Do I need to invert it into 240 volts? And an electric vehicle is exactly the same. So you need some communications that says, can I have authority to take that energy? You need some comms that says, is there enough for me to pull it down? As a user, I want to tell it, well, I want to keep some in reserve in case I need to go to the shops. And all of those things are just programming. And the beautiful thing is computers are smart enough to do that.
And the four-wheel drives?
I'm just going to add one more thing there. We did a wonderful interview with the co-founder of Tritium, which is a Brisbane-based fast charging company. They've got 20% share of the global market in fast chargers. And excuse me, he was talking about this very thing about off-grid. He said, now that you've got vehicle to grid coming, you've got a car, think about that Tesla or one of the Jaguar, you might have 60 or 70 kilowatt hours in that car. That's enough to power a lot of houses for about 3 or 4 days, and some of them about 5 or 6 days, some of the smaller ones still for 2 or 3 days. So he said, if you're living off grid, you can actually, or even on grid, you can actually scale your solar system and your battery storage to deal with most of the time, and then for those other things you can just plug in the car. And if you run out of the car, then, or you just about to run out of the car, then take it down to the nearest supercharger or down to Woolworths and charge it up there and bring it back home and charge the house that way. It's a fascinating thing. It's going to be really interesting to see how those dynamics played out. Does anyone know anything about four-wheel drive?
No, but just following up on that, because one of the things about off-grid stuff is that when the batteries are coming out to full charge, there's a lot of power wasted because it's on the ramp down as the batteries charge up. Now, with good electronics, you can actually take that power, instead of trickling it down into the batteries, you can transfer it to a vehicle. So there's technological opportunities there. They're simple, they're straightforward, and it's only a programming thing, as Nigel said.
Another question.
On the four-wheel drive,
yes.
There's the Rivian thing.
Rivian?
Yeah, four-wheel drive ute that is hopefully coming. They're talking about preparing a right-hand drive vehicle very shortly, and Australia is a potential market for that. So I can see that Rivian will be here before not too long.
Yeah.
Maybe most things that a normal four-wheel driver do is got a waiting depth of a metre. It's it'll go in all the places you go in a standard four-wheel drive. They're pretty much tested it.
Yeah.
Giles, we did an interview, you might remember. I did a little